In this Blender tutorial, I am going to teach you how to create a sci-fi panel without 3D modeling just using texture paint. I'm going to use this default cube as an example. If you need, you can bring any 3D model you want. But before texture paint, remember one thing, you should properly UV unwrap your 3D model. So I have a default cube. I'm going into edit mode. Already all the polygons are selected and it is properly UV unwrapped. But once again, I'm going to do it again. Press U, UV unwrap Smart UV project. Yeah, it looks fine. Then I'm going into top view, then change this to shader editor, then press Shift A, bring image texture, place it here, then click new and rename it as a sci-fi panel. Then change the width and height by click and drag 1496 to have some high pixel. If you see, my color is in black. If my color is in white, then my mesh will bump outside. If my color is in black, then my mesh will bump inside. You can clearly see the difference in these two images. So because of that, I need some center color. So I'm going to click and drag these 3 and 0.5. Then enable the 32-bit float to have some high pixel image. Then click new image and change the color space to non-color. And about the interpolation, the option is in linear. I've seen some YouTube tutorials and they said instead of using linear, cubic is the best option. I tried it and it is good. Then so change this to cubic, connect the color to normal. After that, bring the bump node, place it here, then connect it to the height, and then change this to metallic to 1 because we are creating a sci-fi panel, so metallic should be 1. After that, change this to UV editor, then press Ctrl tab. You can go to texture paint like this or change your option here. Now if you see, I have a 2 color. My first color is black and my second color is white, but you can change any color you want here. And if you see, I have a circle brush. You can increase the radius here, or there is another shortcut key. By just holding F, just move your mouse to change your brush size like this. See, I can change it bigger or smaller. Then you can change your strength size here also, I mean strength value. You're going to use just only one option. That one option is enough to create our sci-fi panel. And in default, the option will be in space. Just change this to line and go to the material preview so we can clearly see it, what the changes it's happening. Now just click and drag. You can clearly see I have a line and it is created a line. And remember one thing, if you zoom out like this, then if you create a line, then the both line you can clearly see, we can spot the difference. So remember one thing, if you are start a texture paint, don't change your perspective, zoom out, zoom in or zoom out. Okay, that is so much important. Okay, now I'm going to reduce my brush size by holding F and move my mouse. Now we are going to create our sci-fi panel. Just click and drag like this. Yeah, then click and drag and again click and drag and again click and drag. After that, I'm going to zoom in. Then I'm going to by hold control, just click it, it will create a dot and it will be a bolt thing. And in here where it is, yeah, you can clearly see whatever thing I'm going to paint in my cube, I can see it in my UV editor in my sci-fi panel image. And there is another interesting thing, if you increase the line spacing and if you click and drag it, you can clearly see we have a bolt and it will have a space. Based on the spacing value, you increase or decrease, it will have space in between those two dots. If there is no value, I mean if the spacing is 1, it will be a line. If you increase the spacing, then it will be a dot. It will have some space in between these two dots. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to click and drag, then again click and drag and again click and drag here. Oops, I think this is a black, right? I don't need a black. I want my mesh to bump outside, so I'm going to hold control and click and drag it. Yeah, it looks fine. Then again likewise here also click and drag. I think not good. Click and drag, yeah, then click and drag and finally click and drag. That's all. If you clearly see, it doesn't have a uniform line, right? But I'm just showing you how to do it. That's why I'm not giving that much importance. After that, there is another super interesting thing. Change this to your image editor, then change this to paint. You can paint in here also. See, I'm going to click and drag. Oops, sorry, I'm going to reduce my spacing to 1. So click and drag and click and drag. Likewise, you can paint in image editor, and I'm going to create a line here. Okay, then I'm going to zoom out and I'm going to create a line, but you can clearly see both lines are in same size, right? So it has an advantage while using image editor. Then I'm going to create a line like this. Now I'm going to increase my brush size. You can clearly see. Then I'm going to just click it. Oops, I'm going to reduce it slightly. Yeah, then I'm going to click it, then I'm going to again reduce my brush size. Then by holding control I'm going to click it, then again I'm going to once again reduce my brush size, then I'm going to click it. I'm going to click it to create some interesting sci-fi panel. Then I'm going to now paint in image editor, so just click and drag like this. I think I'm going to reduce my brush size again. So yeah, click and drag, click and drag, click and drag, and likewise create another triangle like in this corner. Then again reduce the brush size, then by hold control click it to create a bolt. That's all. You can clearly see these two things you should remember. Okay, just you can click and drag to create any sci-fi panel, rectangular or square like this, and if you increase your space then you will have a dot like this. That's all. I'm going to fast my video. Remember one thing, if you are going to paint your own texture paint sci-fi panel, take some reference images from Google and just see it, then only you will get so many creative ideas. After that you can clearly texture paint your own sci-fi panel. Now I completed my texture paint. After that, remember to always save your images. That is so much important. Now if you see this, I have modeled this easy normal sci-fi cube. In this space you can clearly see there is nothing, but if I go to my material preview, yeah, you can clearly see I just texture paint this part, and then I have modeled these, and I modeled this and this only. But other than that, you can clearly see I have texture paint these sci-fi panels. So that's all. I hope this video helps you. If it is, then don't forget to like it, and if you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe it.